One day an old man was walking along a beach that was littered with thousands of starfish that had been washed ashore by the high tide. As he walked, he came upon a young boy who was eagerly throwing the starfish back into the ocean one by one. Puzzled, the man looked at the boy and asked what he was doing. And without looking up from his task, the boy simply replied, "I'm saving these starfish, sir." The old man chuckled aloud, "Son, there are thousands of starfish and only one of you. What difference can you make?" The boy picked up a starfish, gently tossed it back into the water, and turning to the man, he said, "I made a difference to that one." In the state of Pennsylvania, there are approximately 14,000 children in foster care, with nearly 2,000 children waiting to be adopted. Many of those children are going to wait 5 to 7 years before being adopted into a forever family. Sadly, nearly 1,100 children in Pennsylvania will age out of the system this year with no forever family. History tells us that nearly 80% of the boys will be in jail within 2 years, and nearly 70% of the girls will be pregnant and single before they turn 21. Pennsylvania needs more foster and adoptive homes. Pennsylvania children are being placed in other counties far from their home of origin because there are not enough available foster homes in their community. Keystone Family Alliance aims to educate, motivate, and equip every Christian in the state of Pennsylvania on the needs of orphans and vulnerable children, both locally and globally. Keystone Family Alliance helps bridge the gap between the desperate need in the child welfare system and Pennsylvania churches. In 2008, I was meeting with a group of pastors weekly in State College, Pennsylvania, where we were praying together. But we started to ask the question, what can we do to serve our community together? And when I asked what they thought about starting an orphan care ministry, they all immediately responded with, "Let's do it." I asked them to find a representative from their church who would be willing to meet with the other representatives. Within a few months, we officially became the Center County Orphan Care Alliance. Before long, the church in Center County had become the #1 recruiter of foster and adoptive homes. We were beginning to make a difference. But we soon realized that foster families were dropping out just about as fast as we were recruiting them. We've since learned that 50% of foster parents quit before their first year is up. It's hard work when you invite children from hard places into your home. We began to realize that we needed to do a better job of supporting the families that we were recruiting. So in 2010, we started the James 127 email list that grew from 30 families to 550 families that were willing to meet tangible needs anytime a local social worker would share that need. We saw the church meeting all kinds of needs, from strollers and cribs and beds and gas card and repair work to mentors for biological moms trying to get their children back. A few years later, we learned of a ministry called Promise 686, who had a system in place to develop engineered care communities who would wrap around foster families. They began to discover that when a foster family has a care community wrapping around them, then 90% of those families were fostering beyond 2 years. Well-supported foster families will foster longer and stronger. We knew we needed to partner with Promise to bring care communities to Center County. And then in 2020, we began to hear God say, it's time to take what you're doing in Center County to the other 66 counties in the state. We went public with the vision in February of 2021, and since then, God has blown our minds. We started to hear from people in other counties who were already feeling that God was pushing them to do something to advocate and support foster and adoptive families. To start October 2021, we were active only in Center County. Then it grew into a handful of more counties, but before October 1st of 2022 had arrived, God had raised up county coordinators in 10 counties across the state, and the Keystone Family Alliance was born out of that God-given momentum. And that momentum continues to grow. We saw churches and Jesus followers around the state begin to do something. Well over 100 churches were mobilized in the first year, and thousands of believers started to do something to foster, adopt, or support those who do. Together, we are just beginning to clear that proverbial beach. We have a long way to go, but we serve a great big God. So we have a vision. We've been asking some what-if questions. What if there were at least 525 people in all 67 counties registered to use Gateway? That would mean there would be more than 35,000 Christ followers around the state ready to meet tangible needs as they arise. What if through the local churches we were able to recruit at least 3 foster families in all 500 Pennsylvania school districts willing to take sibling groups and children over the age of 8? That would be 1,500 foster families ready to invite this demographic of children into their homes. What if we could recruit at least 5 people willing to wrap around each of those foster families, acting as a care community? What if at least 39 churches were working together in all 67 counties? Keystone Family Alliance is part of a national movement to find help for more than enough for every county in the United States. More specifically, in Pennsylvania, we want to find those foster families, care community volunteers, and partner churches. Foster families without a care community are 90% likely to quit before they reach the 2-year mark. However, if they have a care community, then there is a 90% chance that they will foster beyond 2 years. Care communities make a huge difference. You can join a team or learn more about care communities on the website. Foster, adoptive, and biological families trying to keep their children often have material needs. Gateway, an online portal that connects people to the needs of the vulnerable children and families in their community, is a simple and an easy way for everyone to do something. Through Gateway, church members sign up online. Social workers interacting with families send needs directly to the inbox of those who have registered to sign up. And church members can claim any need they can meet, and they wait for the social worker to reach out and coordinate. The needs can be a crib needed by a foster family with a newborn infant, mattresses for a biological mom trying to get her children home, clothes, gift cards for gas, or even mentors. We'd love to see more than 525 people from churches in all 67 Pennsylvania counties ready to meet these kinds of needs. That would be 35,000 people in Pennsylvania registered and willing to help meet the needs in their local community. Is this something you can do to help? If so, you can sign up at keyfam.org. Foster families are much needed. I've already shared the need and the fact that there aren't enough. Will you prayerfully consider practicing a radical hospitality by opening your home to children in need? Is this something that you can do to help? If you'd like to learn more about foster care in your area, please let us know and we'll put you in touch with someone locally who will contact you with more information. Maybe you aren't in a position to serve in one of the ways I've already mentioned, but you can write a check or become a monthly donor to support the Keystone Family Alliance efforts. Your generosity will absolutely make a difference in the lives of local children and families. Is this something that you can do to help? Please visit the website for giving and donation options. With more than 14,000 churches in Pennsylvania, we at the Keystone Family Alliance totally believe that there is already more than enough in every community. We're serving one child at a time. But we believe with all of our hearts that if we can be a catalyst to recruit our friends to join us on the proverbial beach, to join us in picking up the starfish and throwing them back in the water one by one, then together we will find more than enough for Pennsylvania's children and families. We'd love to see more than 2,500 Pennsylvania congregations working together, each one doing their something to serve and bring about noticeable impact. Is this something that you can do to help? If you'd like to talk more about how to engage your church, please email us. This is how we can bring up there down here. That's how His kingdom comes to earth as it is in heaven. Someone always finds the vulnerable children, whether it be for good or for evil. And as Christians sharing God's love, we are on a rescue mission for their good. God sets the lonely in families. And we want to invite you to link arms with thousands of other Christians from around the state to help clear the proverbial beach. With God's help, more than enough is possible. Everyone can do something. What's your something?